sit down, you guys.
Sunday sit down. We haven't done this in a minute. So a lot of you guys have been asking for updates about Braden, how he's doing.
We haven't really been doing as many Braden update vlogs, so we thought this was a good opportunity to answer a lot of your questions. And we shot out a text to you guys this morning, and we're like, hey, if you guys have questions on Braden being gone, go ahead and shoot them over to us right now.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And a lot of you guys had, like, we got flooded.
Oh, we got tons
of questions from you guys about Braden, about how he's doing, how things are going. And we're gonna just sit and kind of answer them and just kind of, you guys, it's been like almost 1 year exactly.
8 months. Since he left. It's
been almost 1 year exactly since he opened his mission call to figure out where he was going.
Wow, I remember that.
That was so emotional.
Dear Elder Phillips, you are hereby called to serve as a missionary of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You are assigned to labor in the Oregon-Salem mission.
Like, okay, he's not going too far.
Yeah.
Like, I was almost like in a sense relieved, like, okay, he's not going to be too far. I can still Amazon him stuff if I need to.
Yeah, serious. It wasn't going to cost an arm and a leg.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, so you guys, it's actually been a roller coaster with everything going on. It started off tough, got so much better, and then everything with the virus, the pandemic, just kind of changed things for a little while. And then it started to get back to normal, and then right now he's kind of back into a little bit more of a quarantine again. So a lot going on. 2020 for a missionary has been a definite roller coaster, and I would say the families as well.
Oh yeah, I was just telling Danny this morning, I was telling him, like, this is like the worst time as a mom, as parents, like, to have a missionary out, because when crazy things are going on in the world, like, you just want all of your family together and just know that everyone's safe and taken care of. And so having him out when things are a little bit crazy is, it's hard, it's scary.
Yeah, I mean, we've been so lucky that they've allowed much more contact communication, and so that's, I think, gotten us through it and gotten Braden through it.
Yeah. Oh, that's been huge.
It's been huge.
So basically, he's able to call twice a week, but really as needed. Like, if he needed to call more than that, he would. But he has been calling twice a week, and he basically, we can hear from him through text message and stuff every day.
Yeah.
So that's actually been like very
very comforting.
Yeah, very comforting.
And for those of you who don't know, who might be new here, our son Braden is serving a 2-year mission for our church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and we've been sharing that journey with all of you through our YouTube channel. And so there are videos I'll put up here. There's a playlist of just kind of Braden updates, you know, Braden getting his mission call, when he left. That was probably one of the hardest days of our life. That was so tough. That was probably one of the most emotional videos to go through and to edit.
Yeah. He was having a hard time, like tears streaming down his face the entire, like literally texting me like, I cannot get through this. I literally still cannot watch that video all the way through.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Today's the day. Braden's getting ready.
Elder, what is it?
Phillips.
Phillips, nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Can I help you with your bags?
Yeah, but...
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright. Do you have anything else? Just a suit?
Do you need your suit bag or it's all in there?
Alright, I'll take this side over.
Yeah,
Because it's just, yeah, it's easier to look back on once he's home.
definitely. So what do you say? We go through some questions?
Let's do it.
All right, so we asked 270 FamBammers questions.
Sound like your Family Feud.
Okay, we've asked 270 FamBammers just some questions, if they had any questions, and we got a response from quite a few of them.
Huge.
And so, of you guys.
Yeah.
And so, I'll say your name, and we'll go ahead and answer a few. So, okay, so I'll go here. So Pam Reeves asked, how did Braden perform outreach duties while quarantined? Does Braden like his territory? Is he able to keep in touch with his past roommates or companions? So to answer the first question, they allow like FaceTiming, Zoom calls with prospective investigators, people who have questions, or even current members of his area. He's able to Zoom call, Zoom chat, give lessons over the phone, basically.
Yeah.
So digitally, they've stepped it up, and they've still allowed them to communicate that way.
Yeah, which has actually been really awesome, because I feel like the amount of people you can reach like online is like massive.
Yeah.
So that's been really good, and he's been able to meet a lot of really good people. Like, he's learning a lot about all different types of people, all different walks of life, and I think that's been really good for him.
Yeah. And it says, does Braden like his territory? Yeah. I mean, it's an adjustment when he goes from area to area. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, they're not set up in like the best of neighborhoods.
No.
To be honest. And
No.
so it is an adjustment going from place to place. Not only just the surrounding area, because I think he'll adjust to that, but you often move in with a new roommate or companion, and you're also moving into a new living space.
Yeah.
So, which could be smaller, could be bigger, could have more people, could have less. And so all these different unknown factors when you move into a new area.
Which I like, with us just recently moving, the fact that he has to do that like every 6 weeks or more, it just depends.
Depends. Sometimes it's been
He's probably
a couple
moved,
months.
okay, so he's been out there for 8 months, and I think he's moved about 4 times.
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4 times. So it's an adjustment every time, but I feel like it's like building him. It's building his character. He's like learning how to adapt and adjust to situations, and also adapt and adjust to different personalities, because he's getting new companions and different things like that. So
Yeah.
it's been interesting to see him thrive that way.
I mean, you're with someone 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
I mean, constantly. I mean, you always have to be with your companion, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think it'll prepare him for marriage in a sense, because
Yeah.
I mean, we're not even together 24 hours a day. Whew.
Thank goodness.
So.
No, but you know what? I think it's been a really cool, like, one of the biggest things I feel like he's realized being out there is, like, he's literally told me that he has been in tears falling asleep, just like feeling bad for not spending more time with the family while he was here. And we did a lot as a family. We did a lot as a family. But you know, like, teenagers like to go hang out with their friends and do total innocent, fun teenage stuff. But he literally like felt bad because he misses his family so much that he wishes he would have that time.
Yeah. I mean, even little things too, of like him wanting to work with me. He's like, Dad, I'll work with you when I get back. And I'm like, huh? When I would be like, hey, come to work, or you're working with me today, and he'd be like, come on. I'm like, dude, you're gonna make money. Now he's like, Dad, I can come back, maybe I'll work with you. My work ethic's changed, and da da da. And I'm like, dude, that is so cool. And so I personally feel my relationship with Braden, not that I didn't have a strong relationship with Braden before, but I'm probably hardest on the oldest. Mm-hmm. And
you just expect a lot.
Yeah, and so I think he realizes that now, like, oh man, our relationship probably could have been better if I wasn't so resistant to some of those things.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited. I'm especially excited for him to get back, because I feel like our friendship will get stronger.
Yeah.
And so I'm so grateful for
like,
that.
because I feel like he has seen a lot of the things that we have taught him, like, come to pass, and he's like, oh,
yeah,
they were right.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow, interesting. I guess they kind of know what they're talking about.
Maybe just a little. So we've got another one. Do you want to find one? Do you want to read one?
Let's see. Okay, so this next question comes from Sherry Livingston, and she asks, how have you felt about Braden choosing to stay on his mission during quarantine? I feeling on this has been hard for you, etc. Like what? How do we feel about all of that?
Oh, like I'm proud. I said he's like a warrior. I've told him, I'm like, man, you basically had a free ticket home. Like where
If he really wanted to come, I mean, he can come home anytime he wants, but if he really wanted to stop what he was doing, he had every reason to come home.
Yeah.
With the whole quarantine, being stuck in his apartment, he's now been stuck in his apartment for over, I think he was saying,
4
it's been
months.
60 something days.
Oh wow, almost 2.5 months.
2.5 months, something like that. And he had every reason if he wanted to come home, and we would have welcomed him with open arms as we would no matter what. And he decided on his own just to stay out there and just push through.
And it wasn't just like, oh, I'm staying. It was hard.
Yeah.
Like he had tough days.
Tough
where
days,
he was
guys.
like, oh, crying, missing the family, just like, because he couldn't do much. I mean, and so there was some real tough days. And so for him to just choose to stay, we're like, hey, if you came home, would you feel good about that? Like, would you regret? We don't want you having any regrets. So we support you no matter what. He's just like, no, I'm staying. And then he would talk with his mission president, and he would get like rejuvenated and just get like new life into him of like, okay, I'm gung ho. I'm good.
Yeah, and I've actually never heard him say the words of, should I come home? Like, he's
No.
never asked us like, hey, what do you think? Should I come home? But he has expressed like, this is really hard.
Like today's tough.
Yeah, today's a really hard day. And his hard days are our hard days, because when we talk to him and see that he's struggling, that's really hard for us, because it's like we can only do so much from where we're at.
Yeah.
You know?
And we're here, however many miles away, and we're like, all right, you got it, bud. Don't worry, you're doing great. Just stay positive, say your prayers, just trying to be as positive as possible. We're inside, we're hurting too. And we're trying not to show it, because
Yeah.
it makes it worse.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there's those little challenges.
And those, I'm gonna say those challenges are gonna be throughout the 2 years that he's out there. Like it's gonna be like this. And I feel like right now he's on a high. He's doing really, really good and thriving right now, even though they're still quarantined into their apartments.
Yeah. They've got a lot of work to do. They've got a lot of people that they're set up to talk with and meet with, and he's excited. I mean, he's now a district leader, so he's training and he's got
a lot more
He's got a lot more
responsibilities.
responsibility, and so we're proud. And I think he's excited about that.
Yeah.
He's really excited about that.
He is, and he takes it by the reins and just goes for it. So
Yeah, so we'll go on with another one. Let's see. What is one thing that Braden wants in his care packages from home?
Ooh, we always ask him, what are you craving? What do you need?
Candy.
I send him a package every single month. So he gets a package a month, and then sometimes like through Amazon, if he needs anything extra, we'll ship that to him. But candy.
Like when he runs out of shampoo, when he runs out of toiletries, things like that, we'll send to him so he doesn't have to use his money for that, because he gets a certain budget every week.
Every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks he gets a certain budget, and so but he's had such amazing people like
Oh my gosh.
bring him dinners, grow him and his companion groceries. Like the support that he's received out there has just been amazing.
Like literally, I think I shared this on my Instagram stories, but there was literally a time they went into 7-Eleven, and the person working there had served a mission before, and he told him and Braden and his companion, go get whatever you want and bring it to the counter.
Yeah.
And so Braden brought all this, they brought their stuff to the counter, and the guy's like, come on, go get more. So they went and grabbed some more, and the guy paid for all of it.
He covered it.
There's been so many stories like that has happened, like people bringing them groceries and just taking care of them. I just feel so grateful, because those are the people that are like able to be there when we're not there, and I just feel like so grateful.
Emerson Ridgway says, what is he learning during his mission? So basically, that's a good question. So basically what he's doing is he is giving people the opportunity to learn about Jesus Christ. He's sharing the gospel with people who are interested in it and giving them that opportunity for themselves to choose if they want to go down that path. And so he's learning in that journey of sharing the gospel, he's learning so much about himself.
Oh man.
And just by him being out on his own, the living situation, just kind of the responsibility, choices he has to make, personal accountability, things like that, he's just growing like at such a quicker rate, I believe, than if he was home
Oh,
right now.
100%, because he's devoting all of his time to others, like looking outside of himself and serving others, and really working on his relationship with Jesus Christ has been huge.
So some of these, there's been so many questions. In answering these questions, we've kind of elaborated a little bit, and in doing so, we've answered some of the other questions.
Yeah.
Let's see. How are you able to emotionally deal with him being gone for so long?
Oh, you guys, it's hard. And honestly, it's hard for me at nighttime. Like I will sit up and just think about like, what is he doing? How is he doing? Like, hopefully he's safe. Like, and we pray individually, we pray as a family, and every single time he and all the missionaries out there are included in our prayers.
Yeah.
And so that gives us comfort.
Yeah.
That gives us comfort. But it's not easy. It hasn't been easy.
Yeah. For me, emotionally, is when he calls or texts. Just knowing he's okay,
Yeah.
like, is huge.
Huge.
And so previously, years back, you could only email once a week, and you could call your mom on Mother's Day, Christmas, family on Christmas.
That's it.
Now it's so different. Technology has changed things so dramatically that we're grateful for it, because especially right now, it's like it's necessary.
Totally.
And that's how I've been able to kind of cope with it emotionally, is those weekly calls, those calls during the week, or even a text. Even if he asks us a question, I'm like, okay, he's good.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to say I'm good or I'm okay. It's just, hey, what about, can you check this for me? And then we're like, okay, he's good.
Yeah.
And so that totally helps me.
Yeah.
So Zoe Bevins asked, how much longer will he be gone? That's a common question, because everyone's like, hey, where's Braden gonna sleep? And Braden's not gonna be home for another year and a half. And so
Another year and a half.
a year
He's been
and 4
out for
months.
8 months, and so
Yeah, a
he
year and
won't
4
be back
months.
till August of next year.
Of 2021.
Yeah.
And so we have time to get a room situated for him. But for
Yeah.
now, we'd rather make use of the room than not. And
Yeah.
and he knows that.
And you
plus,
guys, when he gets back, he's literally leaving again, like maybe after 6 months.
yeah,
To go to school.
wherever he decides to go to
Yeah.
school. So
He's
keep in
gonna
mind, Braden's already completed 2 years of college credits.
Yeah.
So he's not even, education-wise, not even totally behind.
No, he'll
And
be right
so
where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, he went to a high school where he was able to complete college credits. And so he's going to come back and be ready to continue his education.
Yeah.
So what are some advantages and disadvantages of being able to serve God's word to others?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I would say, just from listening to him, I mean, you get a better understanding of where people are coming from.
Mhm.
I mean,
Totally.
you grow up, he grew up in our home, not that we're sheltered or anything, because I have family members who aren't members of our church, and same with Tina, and so he's not sheltered by any means, but you do get a different perspective of people's views of life.
Mhm.
I mean, he's had some real cool conversations. He's so many stories.
So many
Yeah.
stories of so many different people, and him honestly just being able to show love to different people everywhere is literally what we have taught them from the beginning, and he's able to exercise that.
Yeah.
And that I just feel so grateful for that.
Yeah, and so he has a special place in his heart for the people of Oregon.
Yeah.
And you hear that about missionaries serving everywhere.
Yeah.
Whether it's, in another country, another state, those people, that culture in the area you serve, because you could even be in Vegas and there's different type of culture in each area.
Which
You
I
got
love.
City, you got outskirts, same
Yeah.
with LA, and so same with Oregon. And so you have more like metropolitan areas, you have more like rural areas, and so he's meeting so many different kinds of so many different types of people through all walks of life, and he's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, his eyes are open and he's connecting with people, and he's just, has this love that's just grown for the people of Oregon.
Yeah, which has been really cool. And then I would say the disadvantage to that, like the other side of that, is they do get a lot of people who aren't very nice to him too.
Yeah.
And I think in a way that's a disadvantage, but in another way, like he's having to learn to love people who may not necessarily love him.
Yeah.
And I think that is like the most Christ-like thing you could do, is love someone even if they don't return that love back to you.
Yeah.
As a mom, it's hard for me to hear some of the stories of people like being mean to him, but I think it's helping him grow in different ways.
Yeah. So if you come across a missionary, don't be mean to them to help them grow.
I know.
But
Yeah,
just,
don't do it.
Yeah, just be kind. Let someone else do that. For
You be
guys,
nice
you
to
be
them.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which you guys have been. We've
Yes.
gotten so many, and that's going to be, I'm going to say, a huge perk of him being out on his mission is hearing from all of you guys and how many of you guys have let missionaries into your home, whether it was for a drink of water or
to even hear
a message. Yeah, and you know what? And that I was telling Danny before this, I'm like, I'm just like grateful Braden's out there preaching peace and love and hope, because I feel like people need that right now.
Yeah, and Skylar Thompson, he was baptized, and he's a FamBammer, and he has an amazing story that he's shared with us, his journey along the way. And we've had messages and emails from different states and even different countries of people who are influenced from the message that we've shared about Braden being on a mission. And so it's been an awesome experience.
It's been really cool. And I tell Braden all the time, I'm like, these things come up because you chose to serve a mission.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of that.
Yeah.
Very proud.
So, real quick, we might bring in a couple of the kids to just kind of share maybe their thoughts on Braden being gone, serving a mission, and what their thoughts are on missions. Okay, you guys ready for some questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're going to ask you questions from some FamBammers.
Okay.
Let's see. So how do you feel about Braden being gone?
Kind of like I'm happy for him because I'm happy for him because he went on a mission and he's learning new stuff, and then it's kind of sad because he left, all of us, but I'm happy because he's doing a good thing.
Yeah, I think I agree with Emberlyn with that. Like, I think I could say that about everybody too in this family. Like, we're all happy for him, but sad that he left. We miss him, of course, but like there's always like little things that I remember that I could do with him, like watch Flash seasons, play together, just have all these little fun times together, and I just miss him that he's not here.
So Flash came out with a new season this year, and you're watching it. You watched it by yourself.
Yeah, I have to watch it by myself. But when Braden comes back, I promised him that I'll rewatch all the seasons that I've watched with him, so I can watch it with him.
That's awesome. Have you ever thought of going on a mission?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going on a mission. I want to so bad.
I think I will.
I want to. Yeah, I for sure want to go on a mission.
Do you have to?
No, you don't have to. It's a choice. But when I want to go on a mission, I do. But at the same time, there's doubts because I'm gonna miss you guys. When I'm on the mission, I won't be here with you guys. I'll be with a companion that I've never met before. So yeah.
Does Braden being on a mission make you feel better about your decision if you decide to go on a mission, do you think?
For sure.
Definitely.
Braden Braden inspires me to be a missionary, I think it's super cool, so yeah.
So when Braden comes home, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
So basically,
Give him a gigantic hug.
definitely.
For sure. Yeah, I think you know
So basically, when he comes home, me, Elijah, and Braden all made this game. So he pretends he's sleeping, and then he keeps on saying teddy bear, and he has to try and get us, and we have to try helping each other because he always tries hugging us. And it's just a really fun game.
Last time we did that, he jumped in the gorilla suit and started chasing us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I would like to do is, as you guys already know, watch the Flash seasons with him, but also just ask him a lot of questions on how it was and his good times and bad times on his mission. Just hang out with him a lot. So yeah.
All right, you guys. So it was kind of cool because that was the first time we even asked the kids those types of questions, and so it was actually kind of cool to hear their candid, just open, honest answers.
Yeah.
I mean, Tina's over here on the side wiping tears.
They miss him, but they know he's doing a good thing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and so you guys, a big question is do we have any regrets of supporting him in this decision? Do we wish he would have stayed? And with it being one of the hardest days of our life, and you guys saw that video how difficult it was for us to let him go. But looking back, or even just right now, it's been totally worth it. You
Totally
know,
worth it.
totally worth it. As parents, like, does it make us not want the others to go? Not at all.
No.
Does it prepare us a little bit more? Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Well, and
Will times change by then? Maybe.
who knows? They've already changed so much already, but I would just say, and I know we keep talking about it, but the growth we've seen in him has made it so worth it. Like, so worth it, because you just want what's best for your kids, and you want to see your kids grow and thrive and experience things, and that's exactly what he's doing out there right now. He's just been out there just growing and thriving, and honestly, I wouldn't want him any other place. As badly as I want him here, I am so, like...
We're totally comfortable with where he's at right now. Like, don't you feel like you've had
100%.
confirmation, like he is where he's supposed to be?
No, totally 100%. And I think he's had that confirmation as
Yeah.
well. And I know a lot of you guys, because we have like put some videos of him out there, of him sharing like some messages and different things. And there have been so many messages from you guys like, wow, like he's totally just like changed so much. And he has. We are so proud of him and all that he's doing. He's the oldest in the family, and it's something we've always told him, like, you were the oldest for a reason. And he's just kind of paving the way for the other kids and just setting an amazing example, not only for his siblings, but for us. Like, he has taught us so much just in calling us and sharing messages with us and different things. Like, we have learned so much from him, and we're just so grateful for the choice he's made and for the good things that he's doing out there.
So we would love for you guys to, number one, pray for Braden. Number two, support a missionary. Just be kind to a missionary.
Yeah.
You don't need to convert to the religion or anything like that. Just be kind to missionaries who are out there, because they're sacrificing so much. So many missionaries are there missing their families, but they're also out there with very, very good intentions.
Yeah.
And so we just want to leave you guys with that. And
while we're at it, just be kind to everybody.
Yep.
Times are rough right now, and we are praying for all of you guys and hope that you guys are all safe and hanging in there, and we're all in this together. So show love, show kindness.
That's it. If you guys want to see more Sunday sit-downs or sit-down videos like this, make sure to sign up for our text messaging, so that way you can text us ideas, themes, topics,
we would love
things
that.
like that, and we'll definitely see about the interest that all of our FamBammers have with them. Maybe the most popular ones we'll sit down and talk to you guys about. I've missed doing this.
Yeah, this is fun. This is like just the candid, like one shot, us and you.
Yes. So thanks again for watching, you guys. Don't forget, choose your day.